Hello dear traders and investors. Thank you very much for helping our project. See the description for help forms. Now we will look at the current performance of the company Linde Plc, ticker, LIN. This review is based on current information as of May 31, 2024. According to Classification Guru.Markets company Linde Plc belongs to the subcategory Chemistry. 57 organizations take part in the comparison, and this is very representative. Let's start with summary data for the company. If you want, you can pause the video. We invite you to take a closer look at all the corporation's indicators. Access to the database with the structure of company tickers is free and free. Thank you very much for your repost and other support. All this is extremely helpful in further work. Well, friends, let's begin. Market capitalization of the company Linde Plc, valued at $206.76 billion. And the market capitalization of the subcategory is $569 billion. Linde Plc, LIN, accounts for a share of 36.363%. This is one of the leaders in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is estimated at $38.93 billion. And the balance sheet capitalization of the subcategory is $202 billion. Linde Plc, LIN, constitutes a share of 19.281%. Comparing the occupied shares of stock exchange and balance sheet capitalization, we see the following. Share Linde Plc in the subcategory when assessing market capitalization is 36.363%. The balance sheet capitalization is 19.281%, which is 47% less than the share of market value. Assessment of the organization's share of market and balance sheet capitalization in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The analyzed company's debt obligations amount to $20.243 billion. Debt-to-book capitalization is 52% of capital. Result on the level of the company's financial liabilities, tolerable, 0 points. The ratio of the company's stock market value to profit is 33.4. With an average for the subcategory of 32.4, this is 3% higher than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's market value to profit indicators in comparison within the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. Profit for the last 12 months was $6,310 million. Forward earnings for the coming 12 months are expected to be $7,851 million. This is 24.4% more than the current figure. Assessment of expected future profit indicators in comparison within the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's price-to-sales ratio is 6.3. The subcategory average of 1.9 is 232% higher than the subcategory average. Assessment of the market price to its revenue indicator in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Revenue for the last 12 months amounted to $32,760. Forward revenue for the next 12 months is tentatively expected to be $40,760 million. This is 24% more than currently. Assessment of expected future revenue indicators in comparison with the indicators of subcategory companies. Good, 0.5 points. The sales margin is 19.3%, with an average in the subcategory of 5.8%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 13.5%. Profitability assessment in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 16.036%. This is 127% less than the share of market capitalization. This fact shows the discrepancy between the current market price of the company Linde Plc, LIN, most likely towards revaluation. The amount of market capital per employee of the organization is equal to $3,118,000. Whereas for the subcategory $1,375,000. The difference between the average for the subcategory and the organization's indicators is 126.8%. Estimation of the volume of market capital per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The company's profit per employee is $95.1 thousand, with an average in the subcategory of $42.5 thousand. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 124%. Estimation of profit per each employee of the company in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The share of sales per company employee is $494,000. In the subcategory $734,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 49%. Estimation of sales per company employee in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The volume of sales transactions is 1.2%, with an average for the subcategory of 3.9%. This is an assessment of the possible risk of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 43% for the company Linde Plc, LIN. In the subcategory, the RSI level, 14, is 49%. On average, shares of the subcategory are quoted approximately the same as shares of the company Linde Plc. Comparing the dynamics of a company's share price Linde Plc and subcategory shares. We see that over the past 12 months the company's shares Linde Plc showed a dynamics of 21.2%. Against the price dynamics for the subcategory 29.2%. This definitely doesn't mean anything, but we must keep this fact in mind. Result: 0 out of 10 points. The average score for the subcategory is 1.8 points. If you look very broadly, within the stock market as a whole, we can note that the average result for the stock market as a whole is 0.3 points. Against a 0-point rating for Linde Plc, LIN. Let's go to the order table. It is available to you. A link to it is in the pinned comment. The order table contains absolutely all previously made decisions by the information and reference system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is absolutely free and open. Link in pinned comment. As a result of the analysis Linde Plc, LIN. Information and reference assessment system Guru.Markets, the following decision was made. Do not open an order due to the fact that Linde Plc, LIN, not the most undervalued company in the subcategory. Thank you all for watching this video and for using the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. You all truly are the best audience in the world.